cold out this morning. Gotta do a different video today. Not on the Norton, not on the Harleys, not on the Yamahas, but this bike here. I gotta pull those carbs off, put the carb kit in, get it back together, get it up for sale. It's the cross feed tubes where the fuel runs. There's O-rings and it's dribbling and leaking a little bit. The fuel petcock was leaking. I got the new fuel petcock in, and the idle circuit jets are a little too lean because I got a 4-in-1 header. So the kit comes with a one size larger jets, so I'll probably replace them. And the trickiest part about the thing is that the old intake rubber boots are hard, and hard to get them apart, hard to get them together. But I learned using the heat gun makes a big difference. When I put them back on, I warmed them up and they plopped right back in there. So yeah, I want to get that bike back together, get that bike running, take it for a test drive, and that bike's done. That's the job today. Okay, I've been putting this off for a long time because I hate pulling these carbs off again. So let me get started on it. Got to undo the airbox, loosen it off, take off all the clamps, undo the hoses and the cables. And once I got it off, it's a breeze. Okay, I'm going to do the drain screws. Came off a lot easier than I thought. It came off a lot easier than I went on. You know what, I'm going to leave these drain screws attached. I don't need to take them off. I'll just undo all these screws. just stripping down the carbs here. I think the only thing I did the last time was just cleaned it. I didn't replace any of the needle seats, jets, or anything, but these carb kits, I think they were like 25 bucks or something like that for all 4 of them, so it's a pretty good deal. Maybe 27, I can't remember. But I'm just checking the needles here. These are solid one-piece aluminum needle. They don't have the and I look for a groove cut around the end here. If there's a groove cut in there, they're no good. And there's a bit of a groove. What looks weird on this one is the seat looks maybe crooked. That's just the way I'm looking at it. And I looked at the idle circuit jet numbers. They're a 40. I'm going to go one size bigger because of that header. I want to see what size main jet they give me here. Yeah, 115, that's what was in there. And 107.5. 115. Really hard to see the number on these things. Yeah, it's 115. They give you a new plug. They give you a lot of stuff here. You got to undo the screws here to take the needle out, or to take the seat out. You, COVID. Oh yeah. I get allergies this time of year. Okay, needle nose pliers. What goes on these, it's really important to replace these seats because they got this O-ring on here, and my Yamaha Suzuki 900 has the same thing, has an O-ring on there. When this O-ring starts to go, the fuel bleeds around it and it runs super rich. It's got this, doesn't have the screen on it. It's just got like a flat screen right there. Real fine screen. Yeah, it's a screen. I'll leave it on there. Throw that in there. Quite a bit of difference in the two needles. The smaller one here. Okay. I'm just gonna put like not that much, just a little dab of grease around. Holy crap, way too much grease on there. Just a little bit of grease on that O-ring so I don't tear it going in. Like that. This bike ran all right. It's just that I should look at those needle jets here. It's just lean and leaking around the carbs. Okay, I want to go to the bigger idle circuit. So that's the 40, put that over there. There's the 45. There's the 115 main jet. Put that back in there. So tighten that one up. There. Pretty sure this one went in this way, I think. rubber plug goes back in over that idle circuit because it feeds from the side, not from the bottom. Put a little dab of grease on that. There we go, a little dab of grease will do you. If it was really gummed up, I would take the fulcrum tube out of here, or the emulsion tube. I would pop that out, but it's not gummed up. And the only time those are ever plugged up if the whole carb is covered in green, rotted out. Spotless in here. Put the new gasket on. Just got to locate right into that groove. That's the pickup for the choke. Some of these are for the air bleed. Air bleeds in here, but I've never seen them plug up. But it's right straight through, but see, these are numbered. 170, 150, 150. May as well stick a new one in there. So that gets rid of that one and that one. They give you a new mixture screw. That usually goes like that. Usually there's a washer and then a little O-ring for the air mixture screw. Okay. Which is right here. And count the turns out. Half, 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5. That would work, but there's nothing wrong with the original one, and this is a lot easier to adjust. Don't need these. Half, 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5. What's this one? Half, 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5. Half, 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5. Okay. They got some other O-rings for the tubes going across and all that, but I'm not going to take it apart that far. I thought it was leaking from one of these tubes, but when you look in here, it looks good. I think it was just leaking around the gaskets. Okay. I got her cleaned up a fair bit. I used some brake cleaner. Degreased it quite a bit. I would do a little bit more, but that brake cleaner there doesn't have any air left in it. But I cleaned up pretty good. These carbs weren't too bad, so I didn't do a complete teardown where you take apart all the bolts on both sides, top and bottom, and then you replace the O-rings in here. You know, they all feel good and tight. What else? The kit gave you the new needles, but you got to remember, anything that's made in Japan, standard for these things, that's top quality. That's as best as it's going to get. And these aftermarket kits are a downgrade from that. So these needles are far superior to those ones. These are the air mixture screw ones, and they don't screw up unless you press it in too hard, you damage the seat. The diaphragms are all returning good, nothing sticking and returning fully, so those look in good shape. I don't need to pull apart the top end of that. Sometimes these will gum up and they'll stick, and you got to take them apart. And this bike actually ran. It ran really smooth, really good. It was leaking some gas, and it was too lean on the idle circuit, so we changed those jets. So I'm going to put them back in now. Okay, I just put a little bit of WD, just a drop on the inside in there. I'm going to try to push it in without... yeah. How's that feel? Right on your face, eh? How's that feel? Yeah, let's try that. You try to push them in without heat. Try that first. First I gotta put the choke cable back in. It's really kind of weird how this thing goes. Oh yeah, you go. Bring the camera over here. See much from that. There's the carb here. the choke goes into this layer. There's a little lever on the spring action here. You got to pull that back out of the way, put the cable in, and then lock this in. It locks the choke cable in. I also got the 2 screws I left out of here to hook it in. So you put the end of the cable in that slot, then the little spring-loaded locks the cable in. My phone's ringing. That goes there. My screwdriver's up on the bench. Guess you can't see too much from there. My screwdriver. I might have to warm those boots up, we'll see. When I tried to get in before, it was like 20 below 0. My garage wasn't warmed up yet. Okay, so that's in there. Got a message. Okay, now's the time to get the throttle cable in before we go too far. So you gotta open the throttle with your finger and then put the cable in first. Get it into that slot. Sometimes I jam a screwdriver in there just to hold it open. Get it into that little wheelhouse there. There we go. And then it goes like that. I guess you're not really seeing nothing over there anyway, so. Try this. There we go, it's like that. Okay, power screwdriver. $12.99. Made in China. There's a little bit of oil in there or something. Here's the issue. Here's the original one. Goes like that. There's the new one. This thing hits the top of the carburetor. This one comes out that way too, so this goes like this. Let me try it again. Okay, here's the issue. This cheap aftermarket PETCOCK hits the top of this here. I can't get it to line up. I can't get it to go in. I'm gonna have to take it off, take the parts out of this one, and hopefully they're gonna fit in the old one, or I just gotta stick the old one back on. This is typical. That tail light I ordered for Peter last week, that CT70, we got it in. It looks identical on the internet, on eBay, identical. Everything. When we got it, it's miniaturized. It's like 7/10 the size. So the screw holes don't line up. Just screwed onto the taillight on his CT70. So he has to make an adapter plate, and then you can see the old plate sticking out around it. So it's everything we've ordered from China. It's like they do it on purpose. Why would you make something? You know, and that's why it's so cheap, $12.99. And then you got to make it work. Anyway, I got to take that tank off. You can see here they've when they molded it, they made it so a spigot could come out here, could come out this side, but ideally it would be better to come out here. But then how do you plug that? You know, this is just gonna be a pressed fit in there. It's junk, so I may as well pull it apart. See what I can do. And see, there's the old one. Line up with the screw holes. Yeah, it's just at a right angle rather than straight out. I don't know. See what I can do with this. Maybe I can get this out. It's a lot like the Harley one, just kind of pressed in there. No goop, no nothing. Wonder if I can get this one out and stick it into there. If I can get this one out. I don't want to bug. Oh, it's loose too. Ah, it looks quite a bit bigger. Quite a bit bigger. If I could stick it out that side. Chuba! Woohoo! COVID. Okay. I guess I'll take this off. I'd have to thread that side and goop it up or something. I could thread that, block it off, drill it out here. Or drill it out a little bit bigger for this one. Let's start butchering. See if I can get into this one. Let me sharpen this bit first. Okay, I had one of these spigots in my junk drawer down here. I got a bunch of fittings down there. And I machined it down so it wedged right in there, and I put a little bit of epoxy around it, just in case there's any little holes around it. And I did the same. This one here I put in the old piece that was pressed in there before, and I put a little bit of silicone around it and packed a little bit inside of it. And I blew through it all, cleaned it all out. Gonna let that sit overnight and fire it up tomorrow. So now I got the spigot coming out the front of the bike. I hope there's no interference there. So I think it goes like, might need a longer hose, which I have. I have a longer hose. Yeah, it's gonna come around the front like that. Might be all right. Okay, and I got on the charger, and this is gonna have to wait until tomorrow to fire this thing up. Okay, back on the Gs1100 Suzuki. I got this all bolted on. I switched the fitting from this side to this side, drilled it out, pressed it in with a little bit of epoxy on it. Got that ready to go. Yeah, so let's fit it on the bike, make sure nothing's going to interfere. I think I got to extend the fuel line a few more inches so it can wrap around from the front now. Make sure I got those on. All right. Lines up there. Got a tight fucking bend there. It should be going out the back. I gotta cut that down. Let's see, that's gonna go about there. Oh boy. That would work if I put it up this way and around. You can see right there, it comes out here, I got it pretty long. I can cut off one tang there and then run the line up over the top. Here's the line here. It would be nice if there was a 90 on there though. So close to this thing here. Yeah, let me think about that. Let's see what's going on. Goes over the valve cover down here a little bit. It's all right. It's not pinching it. So there. Goes over there. Up. Down. Yeah, if I did it again, I would have put it in that 45-degree angle one, I think. Might have been room. Maybe not, I don't know. Yeah, the 45-degree one would have came out down here. Would have gone down in this direction. Down here. And this would have been in the way, so. Yeah, there's no real happy place for it there. Well, let me make sure I got the fuel level wires out. Fuel level wires here. Here. Fuel gauge wires here, the yellow and black. Put that in there. And then the black and white's ground. Hard to get those in there. Should be good. And the tank is with rubber mounts here. Put that in. Tighten up this clamp. Okay, I'll put those mounts in. 10 mil. Okay, put some gas in there. It's a wet and rainy day out there, so I can't take it for a test drive. And it's like +1 degrees, +2. It's freezing out. Whoa, let me see a little bit of gas here. That's how you wash the tank off. You can see the layers of paint. This tank used to be blue at one time. Okay. Yeah, let me shut the furnace off. This is a vacuum petcock on this thing, so I'm going to turn it to prime. Get my flashlight. Turn it to prime and see if it's going to leak. Prime is reserves that way. Nope. Got a leak right off the bat. Unbelievable. Okay, get this going like this a little bit. Found out what's the matter with my phone, why it keeps cutting off. The memory was full, so I had to go delete a pile of videos and stuff on there. Okay, I put the fuel line on, turned it to prime, and the gas started squirting out of that little spigot where I glued in the blank into the other end there. And when I glued the two pieces of pipe in there, I blew through the outlet of the PETCOCK, and I blew the epoxy out the other side. So it was just a little pinhole just squirting out. So I just threaded a screw right into there, fine screw, and that stopped it. So let's just see if this thing runs. Probably I'm going to order a rebuild kit for the stock PETCOCK. You know, I'm sick of screwing with the Chinese shit. I mean, it's just unbelievable. Such poor quality. Okay, so I got it on prime. Carbs are full. I charged the battery the other day. Hopefully it's still good. And let's see. Choke is up here. On the Suzukis, you have to pull the clutch lever in. Got that there. Signals on. Clutch in. Right away I can tell that jetting on the idle circuit jet has helped, because before it would be a big bog and it's not even warmed up yet. The horn's a little wonky. Let me see how it sounds today. Getting better. That's my best running bike right there. Out of all of them. Got it on reserve. Wow, that's smooth. Starts good, runs good. I took it for a test drive, was it earlier this year? I can't remember, but I know the transmission and gears and all that work, but I'd like to take it for another test drive. Yeah, I should probably keep this bike and sell all the other ones. I'd be rich. Okay, the Suzuki Gs1100 is done as far as I'm going to do it. That's it. Beer time.